Ladies and gentlemen, here with a gentleman. We have him on the circuit here as part of the entertainment. You know, we're doing the soccer history here in Toronto with the entertainment and other things as we see fit. So, as I said, I know him through the music industry, and he facilitated me in a lot of different areas. So, without further ado, I'll ask him to introduce himself and say from when he came here to Canada and a little about his background.
My name is Winston Peters. I came to Ontario in 1971. It was kind of quiet here, so we used to do little house parties, and then we went on the road and introduced ourselves doing more professional sound, like buying professional reinforcement equipment, and we start doing parties. We do some house parties. We were doing parties with Soul Clan, Ghetto Soul, Black Ivory, Ian Wilshire. We had a junior, myself, and Yuri started the name Maceo. We get the Maceo song from James Brown Band, Maceo Parker. So we decided to go with the funk, and then we move over doing the West Indian, Caribbean, soca, reggae, funk. We used to bring a lot of entertainers from Buffalo, Waffle, New York, Sugar Hill Gang, and we started to wake up Toronto because nothing was happening. It was really dead.
Hey, I just want to make sure that the public keep up to speed with you because I know you have a lot of
Yeah.
music. When did when you came here, you didn't go big right away.
No,
I know you said you started with Nuri and these guys. When did you know it was time to evolve and go big?
well, we used to do little house parties in Scarborough and on Danforth and in the apartment building there down on Danforth. And we used to go with that company used to be an club used to be on Danforth. We used to do gigs with them too. And we started with a little Sansui speakers, then we went to Len Kozak and get Cerwin Vega, that reinforcement. And from there we started to move on. Then I met with a gentleman by the name of Warren Sunshine Song, and we used to do little battles around the city. And we used to do blockos down on St. George.
When you say battles,
Song like in the parties, yeah.
You used to promote the parties together, or you used
Together,
to be hired?
yeah. We used to promote it together, yeah. And we used to do clash with Warren Sunshine. He was the only guy next in the big sound system level. And we had Carl Red from Mississauga. He used to be Red Entertainment, which he is Red Entertainment now. And
okay, if I remember correctly, Kozak when I bought my 215s.
right.
So what did you decide that the Vegas song was the way to go, or were you always into Vegas, and what happened there?
Oh yeah, Vega was always the song was the enforcement that he always wanted to penetrate the crowd, so we used to use the Cerwin Vega. And that gives Cerwin Vega a big jump and a big establishment in Toronto. And most of the clubs decide to use the Cerwin Vega because it used to penetrate. It's reinforcement. It's not for like small halls or small venues. It's for large venues. So they always throw like 30 feet and beyond.
So seeing that you evolve, one of the places that you really used to do some serious hurt to the people you play with was Hagaman.
Hagaman, yeah.
Which are the places that you enjoyed playing where you think your speakers used to talk to you?
Hagaman.
What about Masonic Temple?
Oh yeah, Masonic Temple, but that's the big show. But Hagerman was every weekend, like every other weekend, and especially in the long weekends.
You, besides being personalized with Vega, to me it looked like you had another personal touch with Drill 22, which was gold and
Yeah,
kind of the perception was gold and Nuri and these guys. Did you have
that,
a stake in Drill 22 or you were just the sound system?
that's the sound.
Okay, so you never was throwing parties, you were just always just on the sound.
Always doing song, yeah.
So you never lose then.
I would say that. I would say we invested in the speakers. That's how we lose.
Now, if I recall correctly, also you did Flemington.
Yeah.
Got you to come out in Flemington. Now, were you frequenting Flemington before you came there? We asked you to come and play there, or were you aware of the atmosphere there?
We used to come and hang out there, but then when you had to bring some song, because that was the hangout, and to go and watch the football game, and then it was kind of quiet, and then he decided to say, "Well, bring up some songs," and I did.
So did you have a favorite team there?
Pardon me?
What was your team?
No, but in general, we should just watch everybody having a good time. You know, I just set up and we sit down and chill and have a little drink and feel good at that time.
So you wasn't really into the teams or into the rivalries and stuff at Flemington then?
Well, we used to watch it, but I really wasn't into it. I used to watch you all playing and enjoy the game.
Okay.
Was something to do on something to do on the weekend. Nothing was happening. Flemington was the line.
Okay. You do recall the Ivy tournament too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, you give a oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the entertaining part of it and the drinking and having fun, that was the hangout.
So did you, if I remember correctly, you the setup guy also for Caravana parties and stuff, boat rides and stuff?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did Chandelier when it was here. And we did we used to do when Ellswood used to do up in the East End there. Was that Ellis Banquet? Is it Ellis Banquet?
Yeah.
We used to do all the PA for that. We used to do some in the trucks at the time.
So basically you evolve. At one time, did you have your own business in terms of the equipment thing or?
I did open a partnership with my friend named George, Chic Downtown and Lighting, and we had a store downtown on Young Street and one in Mississauga.
Ooh.
But I more used to sell equipment. They used to sell more records.
So let me ask you, for you to go into that lighting, the sound and lighting business, how did you get away from the Len Kozak? Because it seemed like you were also fronting for Len Kozak with the
Oh yeah, from Len Kozak we branch off, yeah, because we get the speakers from him, and then everybody used to come to talk to us about it, and they want to get that song, and we sort of educate them and help them.
So I want to get this right. Were you doing, because Len Kozak had a rental business. He was in Harvard.
On Harvard, right? Yeah, that's right.
So you used to go and promote his speakers for him?
For him, oh yeah.
So if somebody come for a rental, he would recommend you go and set up for that person. Is that how you started?
Yeah, that's how I get it. And I would send customers to him because he was the only guy bringing in Cerwin Vega in the country.
Okay, so if you have to look back now, what do you think? That was really your start in terms of, because I know Vega was your song when.
Oh yeah, always was always a Vega, always Vega.
So okay, so where you now understand you're still setting up systems?
Yeah, I work with a company called Showworks, and tomorrow we're doing convention center downtown. Last night today we did a setup at Mississauga Convention Center. And that is what keep me busy right now.
So when you say a setup for convention center, is it for a special event or is it?
Special event. We set up the big TV panels and speakers and wireless mic, staging and lighting.
So it's not necessarily DJ anymore. You just into the whole
Into the setting up, yeah.
for
Background all have to be white, lights have to be white, everything got to be white.
when did that kick in? Is that something new or?
That's something kicking by some guys called the Megan Boys, and we did the we did upstairs eating center.
Working for a company, you're not working for yourself.
No, I'm working for a company. Yeah.
So that's kind of easy on you if you had a
That's easy. Oh yeah, take away the overhead from me. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so Winston, do you do any work like for carnival or any of the carnivals or any function around?
Yeah,
Do you do first, let's do it locally. Do you do Montreal and
Well, we used to do Montreal up in what's that hotel name? Belvedere in Montreal with Chow Chow from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to do Belvedere Hotel with the Caribbean in Montreal. We did Hamilton Carnival. We did Barry Carnival, and they stopped it because they went up there and make a mess.
And when you said you did the carnival, are you talking for the actual organizers of a party?
No, doing the trucks on the road.
Not one truck, but when you say trucks on the road, what do you mean?
Yeah, do like two, 3 trucks on the road. Yeah.
So how do you get it? Did they come to you or do you canvas yourself?
Yeah, well, most of some of the organizers, like in the Hamilton Carnival, they came to us. The DJs recommend us, and we went and do the song.
But they in Montreal is the same method of operation.
Yeah, Montreal was the same thing. We get people to go put the song down in Belvedere Hotel.
Okay, so now we flying out now. Do you do anything in the Caribbean or outside of Canada?
Outside of Canada, Brooklyn, we used to do the Labor Day parade down there, do the trucks. In Trinidad, we did that Marshall.
Who, Marshall Montano?
Yeah. I have picture of the trucks we did for him too.
And how did you get that? Did you follow an act from a local act to get that, or?
No, it's a friend of mine who was here. I taught him. I bring him out as a DJ named Vishnu, and he went home doing some song, and I went home and helped him did the truck for Marshall and them.
I think I remember Vishnu.
Yeah, and I get a plaque. I get a plaque from them for that.
Okay, so any other Caribbean, Grenada, Barbados?
No, we used to do well, St. Thomas Carnival. I went with a steel band. That before I came out here. But otherwise, the Caribbean, no, nothing in Jamaica. I sell stuff to Jamaica, but never did any song there.
Like when you say sell stuff, you mean like speakers
sell speakers to the DJs down there. Speakers and amplifiers.
Is that recently or long ago?
That's long ago when I had my shop. Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I learned here, Winston, I didn't know you and Sunshine was close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he came with a song too.
Yeah. He came with the song.
The same song is the same.
No. He used to use Altec, and after he heard the Cerwin Vega when we played once, then he decided to sell out all his Altec stuff and went to Cerwin Vega.
Yeah, you used to make those Vegas talk.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing you used to root up the ground.
Yeah, because I remember coming close to these parties on your park, and when Maceo playing, you hear him, 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 you So where's next from you? You're staying in the business. That's it for you. I mean, so you learned that from home, you said,
Well,
or
I
you
said,
learned that
yeah.
here?
Well, I didn't like it from home, but I never was big home. I was used to help, what's it called, Big Man City. We used to do parties with them. We used to help them move the box and bring in and, stuff, set up and stuff. And then I came out here, and when I came out here, it was, it was so sad. Nothing was happening. So we decided to open, do the little house parties and try to spread in around the city and try to wake it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Winston, Big Man City.
Yeah.
City had a sweet song.
Yeah, you had a big song, no? Yeah.
He had a different song to George and
Oh yeah,
Madman George and everybody.
Yeah. He used to use, well, they used to make all the speakers home, right?
Correct.
And they used to use the JBL. Where's the JBLs? When they use JBLs, yeah, Vega used to pound the hell out of them.
So I guess JBLs were advanced in Trinidad because
Yeah,
they were kind of advanced.
but somehow the JBL used to sound good there, but when they used them out there, they never used to kick like the Vega.
But you remember Goodman's was selling a lot in home too.
Yeah, Goodman speakers, yeah.
Yeah, Goodman was selling a lot home.
Yeah, they used to use a lot of Goodman.
I don't know.
But the weather, I think the weather, the salt in the air used to help the speakers, but out there, the Goodmans is like nothing, man.
Yeah. So did you take a course to study the efficiency of the speakers, or do you do the statistical?
Well, I have a plaque from Audio Concept, what I did in hotel. Yeah. I did a laser pointing on song, like for doing like a big hotel. Mm-hmm. You go in with your laser and you measure it and you aim your speakers to the area so you don't get any bounce back. I have a plaque for that. I got a plaque from the company for that. From EAW, Eastern Acoustic Works.
So let me ask you a technical question now. If I take you to a dance,
yep,
middle of the floor in darkness, crowded, and we're listening to 3 different DJ play from the middle of the floor on a crowded floor, would you be able to tell either what they're playing or the difference in the frequency? Would you be able to?
I can measure the scope 2020. I can measure that. That I know what type of bass they play, what type of mids they're playing, what type of highs they're playing, what type of low mids or what type of high mids, if they have it. I can measure that.
By air? Just
by air. I don't have to bring a scope. I can measure it by air.
Because I remember when I was buying the 215s, you know, it was Vegas, and I remember you there, and you told me.
Yeah.
On a sore point, I remember once to get off the ground and have I was blowing fuses constantly.
I know, yeah.
You told me, you was telling me to go to just play with the Pioneer instead of doing.
Oh yeah.
But you've been consistent, and so you had no problems at all in terms
of
no difficulties. No. So you never had no breakdowns. Don't give me that, man.
Only Whitewater Kingdom, we had a DJ came up, and what he was doing is like he was distorting. I had a line array, you know, the line array speakers they have now. I had that in Whitewater Kingdom, and he brought up one of the what they call. He brought up a mixer which used to sell by Radio Shack, and it have no gain, and he have it right up in the red. So the speakers, sooner they see a square wave, they shut down. So that's the type of breakdown. Yeah.
He was speaking.
Yeah. Huh?
He was speaking.
Yeah. Was peaking, yeah. Oh yeah. Sticking the needle wasn't going up and down. They would just stick up in the red, right up in the red.
Yeah.
And I said, look at this guy, this DJ, man. Why he doesn't know what red means? Stop.
Yeah, so it was nice talking to you.
Anytime, man, and you know that I'm still here. Anything you need, you just pick up the phone.
All right. All right. So you take care and you stay safe.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Well,
all right.